Great. So once again, thank you so much for joining today's session about the OptimiCapture 2009 or the September release. For us, it's really important release because, as you can see, this is the first time that I'm not in the middle of some devices, because this release is, of course, about the multifunction devices, but also about the different ways how you can capture the documents and submit them to the company processes. And that's the main title of today's session: Capture Documents Anytime and Anywhere. Before we will start with the release, I would like to mention some history about the OptimiCapture, or previously OptimiDoc Cloud. We was one of the first which focused on this part to create a really cloud-based solution without any appliance or any clients installed on the workstation or, for example, on some local servers. And in 2016, we released the first version, which was completely serverless multi-tenant application. So from one data center, the partners was able to manage tens or hundreds of the customers. What is important to say is that it was a really simple application that provides the OCR technology based on the ABI, and the user was capable to scan to Word, Excel, or, for example, searchable PDF, and deliver it to the email. And what is important is that we started together with Xerox, and it was one of the first applications available on the Xerox App Gallery. And during that time, we always try to listen to our partners and to our customers and try to bring new functionalities which moves our product ahead and makes it more interesting for the customers and more competitive in document capture solutions. So in 2017, we came with the custom workflows with the cloud storage support. So the user wasn't limited to the email, but the user was capable to, for example, deliver the document to the OneDrive, Sharepoint, Google Drive, Dropbox, and so on. And there was a huge change because from the 2017, the OptimiCapture or the OptimiDoc Cloud at that time really provided flexibility to create the custom workflows as the partner or as the customer needs. In 2018, we agreed with ABI that we will be able to provide a subscription business model without the limitation of amount of the pages. So there wasn't necessarily any credits, any prepayment of amount of the pages and so on. There was just a single fee per year or per multiple years. And this fee provides the full functionality without limitation of number of users or without the limitation of processed documents. What we have faced is that a lot of partners ask us, hey, it's nice, but why you are not adding some print management features? So based on these requirements, we really created a simple print management functionality, which is still available, but honestly, right now we are more and more focusing on the document capture and the document processing. And the confirmation of the strategy is that in 2020 and 21, we focused to bring our own document processing and really not be so tied with the ABI OCR and so on. And thanks to this, right now we are capable to provide the OCR technology, but even more, we are providing the image enhancement, redaction functionality, encryption of the documents, digital signatures, barcode recognition, and so on. During that time, we also focused on the support of the different destinations. So we add the API for the custom development. We add support, for example, of the local folder storage through the small service, and so on and so on. But what we faced in 2020 and 2021 was the coronavirus and a completely different change of the style of the work. So because at the beginning, when we started, everyone was so focused on the offices and the multifunction devices and so on and so on. But from 2020, everything changed because everyone was sitting at home. Even in our company, everyone was sitting at home office, and we try to utilize as much as possible the conference system and all of this stuff. And that was a huge point for us. And we said, okay, that this will never change. Maybe some employees will come back to the office. But what I see is that hybrid work is a new standard in every company. And for that reason, we spent last 6 or 9 months with the development of hybrid work ready document capture solution. What does it mean is that really when we, as I mentioned, before the coronavirus, the office was the traditional place of the work. Sometimes someone asked for the home office, but everyone recognized that, yeah, I'm going to the office to make my stuff. And it was also a place of where the collaboration and the company culture was built. But with the coronavirus, everyone was moved to the home office. And right now, what we see is that even the companies are trying to push the employees back to the office. There will be still some potential, or still a lot of employees which stays at least like a 50-50 at home office and in the office. And also what is coming back is the traveling, and that we see that the employees again start to visit the customers, start to communicate with the other companies, travel, fly to the different countries and so on. And what we said is that, the OptimiCapture 2021 was really focused only on the office segment and office premises. And we said, okay, we need to come with a new version, which will cover the document capture anywhere the employees are. And you don't need to take care if the employee is sitting at home, he's working from cafe, or he's right now in the office and do the regular work. So that's our feeling, how we see the hybrid work ready solution. Of course, there are some challenges which needs to be solved and which we face that our customers are expecting from such solution. And the first of all is that they want to have the same services available even they are sitting in a pub or in a metro, or they are working from the office. They want to be capable to immediately share the information between the teams, so share the document, capture some information, and immediately store it to the company cloud infrastructure. And of course, they want to have the same connectivity to the company processes. We know that from the on-premise solution, the document capture was really nice integrated to the company processes. So once you scan some, like a contract, it was automatically delivered to the, for example, contracts archive. And there is the same expectation also for the users which are out of the office. And it doesn't matter if they are really sitting at home or they are on the business trip. And the last point is the simple deployment and central management. Because once we provide the solution out of the office, there needs to be some easy way how you can integrate or add new users, how you can centrally manage everything. So once you set something, it needs to be immediately changed everywhere. There's no need to come to separated devices, to come to the separated workstations and do something. This needs to be fully automatic and managed by the system. And I think that I can say that the new version of the OptimiCapture is providing all of these solutions to all of these points. And yeah, let's have a look what we created. So a new hybrid work platform is still based on the multifunction devices. So there's no difference. You can still come to the office and use the multifunction device to capture the documents. Honestly, still the scanner has the best performance, the best quality of the scans and so on. But what we created is that we add the option that whenever you can utilize the web digital workplace, which is the special interface through which you can submit the digital documents to the company processes and even more. And the last point is that whenever you are, you can be at the airport or anywhere else, you will be able to utilize the mobile application as your personal bucket scanner. And that's our expectation how the document capture for the hybrid work should look like. And of course, in the background, there needs to be a really stable portal for the easy management and the onboarding of new employees. So that's a new OptimiCapture, and let's have a look what's behind. When we are talking about the multifunction devices, I already mentioned it, there's not many changes. But first of all, we are providing the application which provides the different authentication methods for the users, so they can authorize by the PIN, they can select they can authorize by the card. But even more, if the customer has already implemented some print management system, like Everyone Print, Printix, or some traditional one like a paper card or Equitrack, it's really easy to connect the OptimiCapture together and provide a single sign-on. So it means that you don't need to authorize twice. We are capable to take the information from the multifunction device and immediately populate list of the personalized scanning workflows or capture workflows. Even more, we have still different access levels. As I mentioned, every user can have a different set of the scanning workflows or the document workflows. Of course, he can select or she can select from a list, define some scan settings, and some metadata, because each document workflow could have a different metadata required during the capture process. And at the end, it's available on the different brands and different manufacturers of the multifunction devices. When we are talking about that new and completely new functionality, this is the web digital workplace. What does it mean is that we created a web application which you can run from any internet browser. And this new UI provides the interface which the user can submit the document to the processes. So it's not about the sending the document to the OneDrive, but the system could automatically ask the users for the metadata. And on the background, there could be some additional processing, and it depends in the selected document workflow. There could be a simple OCR, there could be a simple conversion to the Word, Excel, whatever. But even more, we have some advanced processing like the extraction of the information from the document, barcode recognition, and so on. So really, we have another input source which provides the same functionality as the multifunction device. What we also focus is that really we try to improve the experience of the user. So we completely redesign the UI. We create a light and dark mode. And we also add different localizations. So right now the product could be fully localized to the different languages. We have right now localized the product in English, German, Spanish, French, Polish, Czech, and Croatian. To add another localization, it's quite easy, and we can edit quite fast. And also the nice function is a document editor, because through the document editor, you can immediately modify the document through this web interface and get the final document converted to the searchable PDF, digitally signed, at the watermark, or redact some parts of the document. I'm going to show it during the live demonstration, so hopefully you will get the answers for the digital workplace. And the last part is the mobile application. There we spend the biggest time, and we put a really huge effort to make it really nice. And we say that this is the personal scanner in your pocket, and it provides, as I said, a completely same functionality as on the multifunction device. So you can select the workflow, you can enter the metadata, and even more, the system could automatically detect the document and also automatically probe and transform the document before it's delivered to the system. The mobile application is going to be supported in the iOS and Android. I'm happy to say that iOS is already approved by the Apple. Unfortunately for the Android, we are still waiting. So I hope that we will have it ready till end of this week. But the product, the application is ready. We are just waiting for the review and the confirmation. So these 3 new ways allows the users to really capture documents anywhere they are, and it doesn't matter really if they are sitting at home and they have a digital document, or they need to capture the receipt from the gas station. The last part is the new OptimiCapture portal. We did a change. This is a huge change from 2016, yeah, because before we used still the same UI, same experience, and so on. And we said, okay, it's time to really build more user-friendly portal, which provides a much more functionalities. And first point is that we redesigned the portal to 3 main sections. So right now there is the digital workplace section, which is available for the users. After that, there's a company or a customer administration, which is available for the administrators of the company. And after that, there's the last section, and this is the partner management. So for you as our resellers, you are capable to manage your customers. We also add the localization to this part. So the digital workplace is of course localized, but also the administration section is fully localized to mentioned languages. We added the diagnostic section. Why? Because in the previous version, there was a huge request for the possibility to check what's going on the customer side, and also to keep some history that someone, for example, modified a scanning workflow, or someone made some changes inside in the customer environment. And the diagnostic section is exactly for this. So right now we are keeping all the information in the diagnostic section, and you can change if there is any problem, or you can check, for example, who modified the user, or who modified the particle scanning workflow. Next is the box support. So right now we are supporting a new cloud storage. This is the box. We also finalized the integration with the Google Workspace. So right now we are not supporting just the delivery of the document to the Google Drive, but we are also supporting the user synchronization with the Google Workspace. And this is a huge and significant change, because right now we can synchronize the local Active Directory, we can synchronize the Azure Active Directory, and we can synchronize the Google Workspace. And another is coming, so we are talking about Okta, which is the topic for the next releases. We also add the workflow export and import. That's important part, because you can create a particular scanning workflow for your customers, and after that, you can easily import it to every account, and you don't need to create it manually. Together with the workflow export and import, we created the workflow templates, and there we are going to put a huge amount of the different scanning workflows with the predefined configuration. We have right now ready the scan to Sharepoint, scan to OneDrive, watermarking, scan to email. And thanks to these predefined templates, you don't need to configure everything by yourself. Imagine that you have a new customer and you know that he is going to use the Sharepoint and the OneDrive. So you just select the template, scan to Sharepoint, scan to OneDrive, and it's ready. And you don't need to waste the time with the configuration and creation of the specific workflows for the customer. Last part is the implemented e-learning. Right now we have a product training available, but in coming weeks and months, we are coming with the e-learning for the technical stuff. So every section will have the explanation how you can configure it and how you can make it running directly through the e-learning. So you can dynamically learn how to manage the customers, and the customers also will be able to understand through the e-learning how they can create, for example, own custom document workflows. So that's the updates of the OptimiCapture portal. And I think it's a time for the live demonstration, because I think this is the most important thing. As I said, today I don't have a multifunction device. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use my digital workplace with the predefined scanning workflows. So as you can see, there is a new section which is called OptimiCapture Workplace, and there I have a list of my document workflows. And every workflow could have a predefined access rights, so the accounting department see the contracts. On the other hand, for example, the management or the secretary could see the scan or conversion of the document to the Word. So how does it work? Quite easy. I have a favorites and I have all processes. I can manage the favorites favorite workflows directly through the web digital workplace, and I can say that this is my favorite workflow, and it will always appear in the favorites. What I can do else is that I can, for example, scan to Word. So I just click on the icon, or I can drag and drop the document to this icon. I can select the document. There is a live preview of the document, which I wanna process. And right now there is a small button, process the document, and that's all. So right now I submit through the workplace a document to for the processing, and I just going to store the document in my documents. It's right here, yeah. So I can see the document was processed, and I download it. And here is the final document fully converted to the Word. So it's a really nice tool through which you can simply convert the document for all of your employees or all of your colleagues. So that's one example. What else I can do? Imagine that I'm signed a contract, or I get to my email a digitally signed contract, and I want to submit it to the specific SharePoint site, including some information. So what I can do is that I can click on the demo contract, and the system automatically present me the document again and ask me for the parameters. So I'm going to write the contract number. I'm going to fill the date, fill the company, and select the contract. It's a custom contract, and just process the document. And that's all. I just submit the document, and on the background, the system automatically, where it is, process the document, convert it to the searchable PDF, and store it to the company's to the SharePoint site together with the filled metadata. So it's the easy way how you can process the document. Of course, you can say, I can do it directly. I can store the documents to the SharePoint, but imagine that you want to OCR it, or you want to add some additional information like a watermark, who and when submit the documents to the site. And that's all possible with the OptimiCapture, because you can modify the processing directly in the document workflows. And after then, every document submitted through this workflow is processed exactly the same. So that's an example of the demo contracts, but I can do different stuff, and one of these is the document editor. What does it mean? Document editor means that I can create some specific stuff, including the or I can modify the document directly through the web interface. So as you can see, this is one case study of our customer. And what I want to do is that I want to add a watermark. So I can write the watermark text. And what I want to do next is that I want to digitally sign the document. So I can write reason, demonstration. Oh no, sorry for this. Demo, I can keep it simple. Location is Lynn, contact. And of course, I can also put the visible certificate, but I can, like for this particular purpose, I don't need to do it. And also I can redact some part of the document. So I want to redact the logo of the customer. And I want to redact all words containing the Word document. And I want to redact it in by the red color. I edit. Right now you can see that it's automatically redacted. And I'm going to click on the process of the document. On the background, the document is sent to our processing servers. We process it at the digital signature, redact the document, at the watermark, and it's right here. So when I'm going to open the document right now, I'm going to open it in the Adobe Acrobat. Here it is. So as you can see, I have redacted the information, logo, there is the watermark, and there is the digital signature. This is a demonstration digital signature. It's not valid, but it's the same. So right here, you can see that the document editor allows you to do everything live. So once I get the document, I want to redact some information. I don't need to create some specific scanning workflow. I can use the custom document editor, select the location which I want to redact, and do it live. So that's a demonstration of the workplace. The next part of my demonstration is going to be the mobile application. So let me share my screen. Yeah, great. And I'm going to show you how easy it is. So here in App Gallery, hopefully, is the application OptimiCapture, and I'm going to download it. And when I open the application, right now you can see that it's clear. What I need to do is that I need to enter the server location. So I need to select some data center, and I need to write my email. Hopefully it's correct. I tried it a couple of times, always. And what I need to do right now is that I need to wait for the verification code, which is coming to my email, and it's right here. So as you can see, this is the application authentication request, and it is 472209, and that's the authorization. After that, we are using the OAuth technology, and every Vault communication is fully encrypted by the TLS. But right now I get the list of the available scanning workflows. And as you can see, the scanning workflows are nearly the same, or are the same as I had on the multifunction device, or I had on the digital workplace, or on the mobile application. What's nice is that I can or a specific document workflow I can turn on just for the multifunction device, or just, for example, mobile or the digital workplace. So what I'm going to show you right now is the scanning application, and there is the one demo barcode. And as you can see, I have a free options how I can submit the document. I can just take a picture. I can select the document from the gallery, but also I can scan the document. And this is the way what I'm going to do now. And come on, the system automatically detects the document. I can check it, of course, and after then I can submit it to the processes. I don't need to do anything else. We will check it a bit later, but I have also the scanning to Sharepoint. So you know the experience from the current Sharepoint application. So what I can do right now is that I can capture the document, and I can immediately select my site. So right now I want to scan the document to the sales and marketing site, and I can browse the destinations. or document libraries. So there's a demonstration, and I can create directly the folder, create a directory, select the directory. I can change the file name and upload the document. What's nice is that on the background, I can still have turned on the OCR, watermarking, or whatever I need. So that's another example how you can scan the documents. And the UI and the experience is very similar to other options because, for example, we know we have the experience from the digital workplace with the contracts workflow. So as you can see, what I have available on the 123 digital workplace, the same parameter I have directly on the mobile. So I can write a number, I can select the date, I can select another information, select the type of the contract, and submit it. So I'm not limited anymore to the one input source. I can select whenever I need, if I want to submit it through the workplace, through the multifunction device, or through the mobile application. When we check the contracts, I think that in a couple of seconds, there will appear another document which is captured by the mobile camera. Yep, it's right here. So as you can see, it's quite fast. And here is the result. Come on. Yeah, and as you can see, it's fully OCR. So I have the same experience. Even more, the quality of the capture is quite important. So what I created is that a previous example was the barcode scanning together with the zonal OCR. So as you can see, we was able to extract the name of the customer directly from the document and also extract the barcode value. So this is a short example of the live demonstration of the different input channels or input sources. I'm going to stop the UI and let's have a look a little bit more what's new in the portal. So as I mentioned, we cancel this. We have a different localization, so I can immediately switch from the English to Spanish, German, Czech, whatever. For me, it's still better to use a Czech or English, so sorry for this. And also we created the dynamic widgets, so I can turn on or turn off the widget which I don't want to see. I can drag and drop the widget, so I can take my authorized application. So right now I can see that my iPhone is authorized. Whenever I want to revoke the authorization, it's quite easy. I can just delete it right here or directly in the application. And after then, I can play with the widgets. Of course, this is the initial step. Other widgets are coming. We have a lot of plans to improve. And yeah, so that's the digital workplace. Right here, we have the light and dark mode together with the e-learning. Based on my access rights, based on my level, I have different e-learning available. I'm an administrator of the company. So right now I can check the information about the general info about the product, about the input sources. So once I click on there is a complete guide, including the presentation and the voiceover together with the information. I don't want to go through all of this, but you as our partner has an access to this e-learning also on the partner portal. And also the customer is capable to learn about the possibilities, how they can use, for example, the different processing, different document delivery, or for example, what's behind the architecture. So that's the first part, workplace. Let's have a look on the second part, and this is the admin console. Admin console is also completely redesigned. As you can see, there is a new UI through which you can see the license, expiration, the company overview. Every customer has a direct information about the support partner. So once you are a support partner of the customer, they see your information, your help desk, your telephone number, your email address. We also add the diagnostic. So right here, you can see what's going on in the system. So as you can see, we have the information, for example, that I modify the document workflow and change the destination from the email to the OptimiDoc. So all of these information are stored and available. What's next is that we improve the document workflows. As I mentioned, right now you can configure which input source is going to be used, and this is quite easy. In the input settings, you can say, I don't want to show it on the multifunction device, and I want to show it, for example, only on the mobile application. Additionally, you can define the quality of the images captured by the mobile application. We also slightly redesigned the complete configuration. Hopefully, it's more nicer and more user-friendly. And the biggest change in the document workflows is the import workflow. So right now, I, as an administrator of the company, I can import the workflow quite easily through this interface. But also, whenever I want to, for example, create a scanning to OneDrive, I can just click on the scan to OneDrive, and the system automatically add me the workflow, and I don't need to configure it again. So that's a significant improvement, and really much better for you as a reseller to configure and set up the customer. In the print management, there is no big change. Also in the reporting, whenever we are talking about the users, definitely there is a big improvement, and that's the import from the Google Workspace. So right now you can also import the users from the Google Workspace, and there is no need to import them manually or through the CSV file. The last part, which is quite important, are the devices. So it's very similar, but as you can see, there are also authorized applications. So you or the customer administrator can immediately see which application was authorized by which user, and, for example, disable the appliance or the application directly from this interface. That's the UI of the customer. And let's have a look on the UI of the partner. This is the last section available. As you can see, there is a partner overview. In the partner overview, you have the information about the customers and about the subscription overview, so information about amount subscribed of the subscribed customers, about the amount of the licenses, and so on and so on. You have also a diagnostic option over all customers. So once someone is calling you, hey, I have a problem, I cannot deliver document to the OneDrive, you can go to the diagnostic and check it immediately. On the other hand, the customer is also capable to see whenever you are trying to access the information about them and, for example, go to edit mode of the company. I will explain you a little bit more the edit mode a bit later, but as you can see, I, as a user, entered the edit mode of the demo training company. What's behind? Here is the list of the customers. And one customer allows me to support him. So once I open the customer, there is the possibility to check the information about the customer and also enter the edit mode. Right now, I'm in the edit mode of the customer, and I can help them with the configuration. So exactly, I can, for example, create the workflow for the customer. I can help them with the configuration of the print connectors, help them with the definition of the access rights, allow the device, assign the licenses. But what is important, everything is notified in the diagnostic mode. So whenever someone is looking for, okay, who changed this, who modified this, here's the information. Why I'm able to modify the customer? Because my company is selected as a support partner. Once I remove the company or my company from the support partners, I'm not able to do it anymore. So right now, when I open the customer, I can see still the information, some general information, like a license, but I'm not able to modify anything at the customer. This is because of the security rules of some companies. Some administrators want to do everything by themselves. So you have still a chance to check the licenses, still see the license expiration, but you don't see any information about the customer. So that's the change in the partner portal. Hopefully you really like it. And I think it's the time for the questions. Do we have any open questions right now?
There were plenty of questions. I'm answering them as they come. However, it's mostly looking great. So please, if you have more questions, reach out to the Q&A section. You can also see the answered questions in the Q&A section. And alternatively, you can speak through the chat to reach out with more questions. So thank you.
Yeah, there is one question. Do you need the customer permission to access the customer? Yes, as I explain you right now, you need to be a selected support partner to see the customer data. So that's the demonstration. And let's move back to the presentation and finalize the session. Business model. What's behind the business model? Of course, with the new functionality, there's going to be more and more interesting in the per user business model. Why? Because the per device business model is limited just to the multifunction device. So when you purchase the per device license model, you are not able to utilize the mobile application, or you are not able to utilize the document submission through the web digital workplace. These parts are available on the per user business model. We spend a lot of time, a lot of discussions on how we can include it in the per device business model, and we did not find any idea. So because through one device you can have 1,000 mobile devices. So that's the business model change, and pretty much all from my today demonstration of the new version. Hopefully you like it. I have one. I would like to ask you for a flavor. If you can fill for me the feedback pool, would be really nice. And I think it's a time for the Q&A. So if you have any question, feel free to ask right now, or you can utilize our info@optimidoc.com email address, and we will try to answer you as soon as possible. Any questions so far? Yeah, there is a question about the print management side. Right now, we don't have in this current version any improvement, but we are also working on this. And I think that the significant improvement could be expected at the end of this or beginning of the next year. Any other questions? If there are no other questions, let me ask you once again to fill our pool. And whenever you need another version, trial licenses, help with the configuration, just drop us an email and I'm more than happy to help you. We have another question. What is the missing now is quotas, and also change the UTC time zone. Yeah, that's really nice point. UTC zone is, or the different time zones is a feature for the next release. Okay, another question is, what file versions are supported, what OCR engine is being used? We are using still two engines. One is the AVI, which provides the conversion to the Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and we are using our engine based on the Tesseract version 5, and there we are providing the conversion to the searchable PDF and to the Microsoft Word, but the plain text. Yeah, so still we are recommending whenever you need to have editable formats to utilize the ABI OCR conversion. Will you be accessing the customer database? I'm not sure what's behind this, so not really sure. We will contact you after the session. Another question: access to the partner portal electronic process. Sure, just write us an email to info@optimi.com, and we would be more than happy to create for you the account in the partner portal. Where is the new section e-learning? Any other questions? If there are no questions, so thank you so much for your time. Hopefully you enjoyed today's session. Is there price difference between? Yeah. What's the? Yeah, there's another question. Price difference between the engines. Our engine is in the price included. Every engine needs to be purchased separately as an extension. Another question is, do you plan to implement Epson or KM? We are still working in the new integrations. Exactly right now, we don't have decided when is going to be supported, the Epson or KM. But yeah, it's in our list. No more questions, so I'm going to stop the recording.